lovely, lovely people. Lorrie here at Lorrie's World, and welcome to my world. This is my Survival Seeds 2025 entry video. So my plan is to try and go through the whole video without too many pauses and without too many mistakes to avoid having to edit it afterwards because I'm probably not going to edit it afterwards other than to add an intro and an outro onto it. And I really need to redo those soon because, yeah, it's one of those things that needs to be done. Anyway, Survival Seeds 2025. So if you were involved in 2024, you know what a fabulous time that it was. And if you weren't involved in 2024, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. So it's hosted by the Vineyard Chicks, Lazy Days Ahead with Jesse and Lisa, and Bushcraft Family, Charles over there at Bushcraft Family. And it is all about growing and saving seeds, growing plants from seed and then being able to take them through to the harvest and saving those seeds so that you have crops for next year because it is about survival, being able to survive on your things you grow or to help anyway. I mean, I have a pretty small garden. I don't think I could grow enough for us to survive for a full year on what I could grow, but I do love to grow stuff and I love to preserve it, and it's fabulous. So, my name is Lorrie. My channel name is Lorrie's World because that's what it's about. It's about me and my world. I live on Vancouver Island, which is part of British Columbia, Canada. So it's off of the west coast of Canada. It's a great big island. I don't think it's the biggest one in the world, but it's pretty big. It's a pretty big island. It goes a long ways. Anyway, the zone that I'm in is different from probably most of the rest of Canada because most parts of Canada are in a zone, I'm going to say from 4 to 7. And I, here on Vancouver Island in the rainforest, am in an 8B. So a little different. It'll be challenging. I love a challenge though. It'll be challenging this year as the Canadian coordinator to be able to help the people in the other zones grow because I'm a little spoiled compared to them. I have a longer growing season. Um, I'm able to hold off having to harvest a little bit longer. I don't usually see frost until the end of October, beginning of November, and usually by that time in most other provinces, your gardens are done. Of course, for other people who live in BC, they may experience similar weather patterns than as I do. But even here on the island, there's a lot of different growing zones because of different elevations. I'm right down at ground level. I'm in a little valley that's kind of protected from everything and we get beautiful weather here, but some parts of the island are quite a bit higher. We actually have a ski resort on the island. It's quite a ways north from where I am, but yeah, so we get enough snow in the higher elevations for people to be able to ski. But here where I'm at, we do usually get snow, but it doesn't usually stick around for very long. We'll usually get 1 or 2 big dumps of snow, and sometimes we'll get 2 or 3 feet in a day, which compared to some places is not a lot, but it's usually gone within a week, and it's just a muddy, messy afterwards, unless of course it freezes afterwards, and then of course the roads get super super slick, and I try not to go anywhere. Anyway, that's about me and my growing zone. So if you're interested in becoming a part of this Survival Seeds, there's lots of time to do it. Now is the time to do it. And what you want to do is go to survivalseedscollab.com. I'll leave the link in my description. and you can go there and see how you join. But what you have to do is you do an entry video. Doesn't have to be near as long as what mine's going to be because I'm a little bit of a babbler sometimes. Sorry. But all you have to do with your video is state your name, your channel name, your region, and your growing zone. And then after your video is submitted, then you will receive your free seeds. Now, what they're sending out are 6 unopened seed packets from fabulous, fabulous sponsor, Rainbow Seeds. And I'm going to show you something in a minute about them. But what they're sending out are Detroit red beets, pie pumpkins, red kidney beans, Roma tomatoes, green bell peppers, and an onion variety. Now, for up here in Canada, I'm going to assume that we've got the long day onions. Now, if you're in Canada, I will be sending your seeds, and guess what? They're here. I think. I'm pretty sure I've held off opening. Oh, yes, this is definitely seeds. It didn't say from the UK. Oh, that's just a note, another note. But look at this. I have got seeds. Lots and lots of seeds to send out to people in Canada. So if you haven't yet, I'm going to assume that now that I've got this, the Vineyard Chicks are going to send me the mailing list. I know there are 4 channels so far who have done their videos. I pushed pause in the middle of that sentence, and now I have no idea where I was at. But anyway, I was talking about in Canada, there are 4 channels so far that I've seen who have entered. I will be number 5. I'm hoping, and with the amount of seeds I've got, I'm hoping to get a whole bunch more Canadian growers out there. And I advise you to get your entry videos in ASAP, because if you're anything like me, you're going to want to get plants started inside long before you're going to transfer them outside. Anyway, the 4 Canadian families that have joined so far, woohoo, woohoo, I'm their cheerleader. Rem's family, Canadian Family Life, Almost a Green Acre, and Off Grid World. Now I'll leave their links also down below. I've watched 3 of the videos. I haven't caught Off Grid World yet, but that'll come after I get my video up. I will start looking for more Canadian videos. So yes, I have the seeds. I'm ready to send them out. Let's see what else I'm supposed to talk about. So everybody grows the same thing, and then we all get to pick a 7th seed. Well, you don't have to. It's not mandatory. You don't have to pick a 7th seed, but I am going to pick a 7th seed. I'm going to pick cucumber this year. I thought about a few different things. Dave wanted me to do potatoes. I didn't know if that would count because it's not actually a seed for potatoes. You grow them from potatoes, right? But yeah, I had no success at all with cucumbers last year. I planted, I think, 1 plant and it didn't do anything. I think I put it in the wrong place and it didn't get enough sunlight and it got overcrowded by other things that were there. And so, yeah, I didn't get any cucumbers. And I don't have any more homemade relish other than, like sweet pickles and stuff, or sweet peppers and stuff. I don't have any homemade relish, so I need to make some. And to do that, I need to grow some cucumbers. So that is going to be my 7th seed this year. I will be, so there's some questions here that you can answer on the how to join page at the survivalseedscollab.com website. And what it says is they want to know when you will be planting your seeds according to your growing zone, on how I will prevent cross-pollination, or how I'll preserve your produce this year. How will you save your seeds for next year? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm going to do. I will be planting things like my tomatoes and my peppers indoors, probably in like February. And I know a lot of people say that's way too early, but I like to put out a nice big plant that's ready to start producing when I go. Now, I have a little trick for being able to grow it for so long without it getting so tall and going crazy in my house that I don't have room to be able to move it out to the greenhouse when the time comes. So when I plant my tomatoes, I will show you that little trick, and we'll do that. My other seeds, I think I'm going to winter sow my onions again, and to do that, cut I cut an onion crate in half, and I fill it half of it with dirt, put some drainage holes in the bottom, and then when it snows, I seed it and water it really well, and then I take it and put it outside in the snow. And then I leave it through winter, and when spring comes and the time is right, the onions tend to pop right up, and there they are. So I'm going to try that again because I'm determined to grow onions this year. And I think that one of the problems I had last year was that I had my onions like just kind of scattered here and there. I didn't have them all together. And I think that I need to have them all together so that they're getting the proper amounts of food and they're all getting it, because some of them would get the right food and some of them, because of where they were, I didn't want to give those plants that same food. So, it kind of got they kind of didn't do so good. Da-da. So to prevent cross pollination, actually, I love it when my peppers cross pollinate. So I won't be doing anything to keep them from cross pollinating. I'll be planting them with peppers other peppers that I will be growing. I will be growing some more hot peppers this year because I need to make some more cowboy candy. And but yeah, I actually do save pepper seeds, especially if I get one that looks a little bit different or tastes a little bit different than what the pepper usually tastes like, because then I know that it was a hybrid from last year. I don't sell seeds, so I'm not worried about keeping them pure and not cross pollinated. Now with my pumpkins are going to be the only squash that I grow. So there's not going to be anything for them to cross pollinate with. Um, Beets, I won't have anything for them to cross pollinate with. Red kidney beans, now those I guess might cross pollinate with my green beans. Does anybody know if the red kidney beans are a climber or a bush? Because that's going to make a difference as to where I plant them. I thought that the ones that we did last year, I don't know if they're the same. I'll have to look at a seed, but they were bushes, and I planted them as if they were going to be climbers. And so I wasted my climbing space with bush beans. I have limited climbing space, so that didn't make me happy, but that's my own fault for not researching. Anyway, I'll save my seeds the same way I do every year. The only thing I do that's any different from maybe what everybody else does is when I get tomatoes, I put all the goop into one of those very fine mesh strainers, and I kind of scrub it off with my mortar and run it under water until all the goo is gone. And then I put the seeds down on a Corel plate and move them around every day or so they don't stick too badly. And that's how I save my tomato seeds. Beets, I think, are I don't know if they seed the first year or not. Maybe I'll find out this year. Onions, I'll have some onions going to seed because I've left some in my garden to overwinter, and they will keep growing in the spring. And if I leave them, they will flower and put out scapes. So I guess that's really everything I need to do. So once my video is finished, you go onto the survivalseedscolab.com website, and they have a very simple form for you to fill out on the join. The one thing that's really required is that you already have your video done so that you're able to link to your video when you do your entry. When you do your entry form, they already have your video. Now, the reason they have the entry form is one, it's easy to take care of and keep everything in track and on track and keep track of everybody because there's a lot of people. I know there's only, well, now 5 of us up here in Canada. But oh my gosh, some of the other areas have got a ton of people. So, yeah. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. I think that's it. I'm looking at, like, there's some other things that you can do if you're interested. Maybe you don't want to grow the seeds and you don't want to be involved with the actual collaboration. But you know what? If you watch the videos that are under the hashtag Survival Seeds 2025, that's a great help for all of us, for all of the people that are involved. And I tell you what, there are some fantastic gardeners that are in this group, and you will learn a lot if you watch some of their videos. Of course, some of them will probably be boring like me and just natter on, but sorry, not sorry. What else? What else do I need to say about survival seeds? I think that's it. We do have a live chat every week at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Sundays. Where on the last Sunday of every month there is a giveaway, and that will continue starting in, I think, in February. I think we go live with, I'll have to double check, but I think we go live with Survival Seeds 2025 sometime in January or February. It's actually kind of the off season now, because, you know. Anyway, I think that's it. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to go through these seeds. Rainbow seeds are fabulous. I just learned about them last year from Jennifer Ocean Homestead, and I got some seeds last year from them, and I just loved them. And I love that they're a Canadian company, and so the seeds are acclimated to our weather, and yeah, so that's another good thing. And I guess I'm going to sign off. And there you have it, my entry video into Survival Seeds 2025. If you are a Canadian collaborator, if you don't mind, I mean, I'm sure the Vineyard Chicks are going to send me the addresses, but if you want to get a jump on them, you can also go to my About page, find my email address. It's just Lorrie at lorriesworld.com. And you can send me an email with your address, and I can get these shipped out. The sooner the better. Anyway, you all take care. Thanks if you watched all the way through to the very, very end. I super, super much appreciate you. And I'm really glad that you've come and hung out with me for a little while. I'm really happy to see you. I'm happy to be back and chatting on videos. I'm planning to do a few more now that I'm actually on a break from the market now until mid-February. So I'm going to have a couple of months where I'm going to actually have some time to maybe have some fun with video. I am going to, like I said, not doing the big editing anymore. Don't expect any fantastic special effects. You're just going to get me and what's going on in my world. But I'm glad that you're a part of it, and I'm glad to see you, and I will hope to see you soon. Thanks very much. Bye now.